Hello and good morning, Sudoku friends. Welcome to the New York Times Hard Sudoku puzzle. Today is October 12, 2023. The first thing I see here is a 7-5 and a 7-5, and they account for the 7 and 5s for the two bottom rows. We need a 7 and a 5, therefore, for these two squares here. The 8 blocks across, one of these must be an 8. So if these are 7 and 5, then of course a 9 must go down here somewhere, a 6 must go down here somewhere, a 1 must go up here and therefore here, 8 must go either here or here. So 6 and 9 down here. Can we say more about the bottom row? We can say that a 3 must go here or here, because these two 3s block these 5 squares, and these are occupied by a 7 and a 5 in some order. We have 7s here or here, and 2 here or here. Let's have a look at this column. It's pretty busy, isn't it? And this row is pretty busy. Let's have a look at this square, shall we? It cannot be a 1, 2, 3. It could be a 4, but not a 5. It could not be a 6 and not a 7, not an 8 and not a 9. So guess what? Here is a 4. And we did say that these two have to be a 6 and a 9, therefore an 8 and a 3 here. And we know that one of these had to be a 3. Now that this is either a 6 or a 9, it can't be a 3 anymore, therefore this must be the 3. So what are these? Or what could they be, rather? A 1, 8, 4, and a 2. 1, 8, 4, and a 2. 4 and 8. This is a 1 or a 2, of course. 1, 2, 4, 8 in these two squares. And therefore a 1 and 2 in these two squares. We also have 2 here or here. But I think that is as far as I can take this. 4, 8, 1, 2. 6, 9, 5, 7. We have a 5 and a 9 in two of these three squares because of this 9 and this 5, forcing a 5 up here. So we got 9s and 5s accounted for in the two top rows. So yes, 5 and 9 in two of these squares here. We got 5s here or here. Can we do anything with that? Not sure. But 1 and 6 in two of these squares. Of course, the 1 blocks over. One of these is a 1. 1 goes up here somewhere. 6 goes here or here, and we have a 6 blocking across. So yes, 1 and 6 up here. We also need to find an 8, 4, and a 3. 8 here or here, and we also have a possible 8 here or here blocking this square. So an 8 must go in one of these three squares. 1, 2, 5, 7 to be placed in column 6. 2, 7. This is a 1, 5. 5, 7. This is a 1, 2. We knew that. No, I'm not sure about that at all. 1, 3, 4, 6, 8 to complete column 7. We've got a 3, 4, 8 here. So this is a 1, 6. So this is a 1, 6. But we do have a 2 and a 7 here, and we have a 2 and a 7 here. So these two must be a 2 and a 7. And since we have this 3 blocking across and this 3 blocking across, a 3 is forced here. Now, that has some implications for this square. It can't be a 3 anymore, so a 3 must go here. We know that one of these had to be an 8, so the 8 now is forced here, and this is an 8 forced here, giving me a 4 here. That was nice, because now we have a 4 blocking across here and up here, giving me a 4 here or here, and therefore in one of these three squares. Which one, we don't know, but I am sure that I will remember that one of these must be a 4. And that's all that matters now, to establish some sort of a recognition effect. Now we have a 9 and a 5 here, and we have a 9 and a 5 here. Therefore, we have a 9 and a 5 here. The 9 blocks over, giving me a 5 and a 9, like so. Here 1, 3, and a 6. 1, 3, and a 6. Here a 5, 7, and therefore a 2, 9, and a 4 here. That's not helpful. So can we do anything with row 6? We know one of these must be an 8 because we figured that out a while ago. We also need to find a 4 and a 1, 6 and a 7. 6, 4, 8. This is a 1, 7. Let's have a look again at block 3. The 7, 5 here. We are still looking for a 1, 4, 6 and an 8. And the 8 blocks up, of course, the 8 blocks across, giving me an 8 here. 1, 4, 6 now for these squares. 4 must go here, and this is now a 1, 6 pair. Now we have a 4 here or here. I am acutely aware that this is a 2 or a 7. We have a 2 and a 7 blocking up here. So the 2s and the 7s are getting pretty restricted. Unfortunately, though, not yet to a degree that lets me place any. The scarcity of the digit 1 is a little troubling. So we got 1, 6 here and 1, 6 here, and we got 1, 6 here. Just this once, let me make sure that we all understand why this cannot be a 1 or a 6. Because if we have a 1 and a 6 here, 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 and here, it would be what we call a unique rectangle. And that would mean that no matter how we place the 1s and the 6s in this rectangle, we would have at least 2 possible solutions for this puzzle. And that would be an invalid puzzle. So this is not a 1 and it's not a 6. The only other digit that we need for these 3 squares is a 3. So we can safely place a 3 here. Now these must be a 1, 6, and a 4. Can we do anything with these? 2, 7, 1, 8, 3, 6. 1, 6. 3 must go here or here. We know that one of these is an 8. So the 8 blocks down. So here is an 8. So now 1, 3, and a 6 for these squares. 3, 3 now. I'm not sure about that, not yet. But I think that we are inching closer to completing this puzzle. I want to look at this square here. It cannot be a 1 because we have a 1 here or here. It also cannot be a 6 because we have a 6 here or here. So it also cannot be a 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, or an 8. So it turns out that this must be a 9. Now we have a 9 here, of course. And these now must be a 2 and a 4. The 2 blocks down, giving me a 4 here and a 2 here. Where does that leave us? Let's figure out. We also needed a 6, I believe, for this block here. The 6 blocks up, a 6 here blocks over. No, we are not quite there yet. And here we're looking for 1, 6, and an 8. 6 here, 8 up, 8 over. Hang on, we have an 8 here or here. We have a 3 here or here. We also have a 3 here or here. That revelation is pretty useless. This square must be a 5 or a 7. We need a 1, 6, 5, and a 7 across the row here. We have got a 1 and a 6 here, so this is a 5, 7. We also have 1s and 6 here. So 5, 7 here, 5, 7 here, 5, 7 here, not 5, 7 here. Should we try the unique rectangle again? If it's not a 5 or a 7, it's also not a 1, 2, 3. It could be a 4, yes, and an 8, but not a 9. So it could be a 4 or an 8. What a shame. We also have the 4, 8 pattern here and here, giving 4 and 8 across here in 2 of these squares here. I am increasingly intrigued by column 1 because it is pretty restricted. Let's look at this square here. We need to find a 1, 2, 5, 7, and a 6 for this corner cell. We got a 1, 2, 6 here, so this is a 5, 7. Now look at this square. It also must be a 5, 7 because it is basically blocked by the exact same numbers as this square here. So we got a 5 and a 7 here. And that has ramifications for this square because we know that we have 1, 6 blocking across here. So this is a 5 or a 7. We know that this cannot be a 5 or a 7 because these two are 5s and 7s. What's left for this square? That's right, a 2. Now we have a 2 here and we have a 7 here. And that, of course, gives me a 5 here and a 7 here. We have now 7s here or here. We also have 7s here or here. We have a 7 blocking here. So here's a 7, right? Now we got a 7 blocking across and down and up rather. So here's a 7. Can we now do anything with column 6? A 1, 2 here and a 5. No, still not. Okay, we'll just have to work a little harder, won't we? 1, 6, 1, 6, 5, 7, 5s here. Okay, never mind. We'll find something else we can do. Of course, the 5 blocks up here, the 5 blocks down here, and the 5 blocks over here. So, silly me, I overlooked this 5. So now we have a 2 and a 5 here. We got a 2 and a 5 here. Therefore, these two squares must be a 2 and a 5. And therefore, this must be a 5 because it's the only square left in column 6 that can be a 5. Now, this is a 1, 2, and this is a 1, 2, and we can finally resolve those because the 2 here forces a 1 to go here, and a 2 here, and a 1 here. That should be helpful. So it turns out now that this must be a 4 because we need a 4, 1, and a 6 for these squares here. We have a 1 and a 6 blocking here, so here's a 4. And now this is a 1 and a 6 pair. The fun puzzle today, it keeps presenting surprises. So we got 9s blocking across here and here. One of these is at 9. What else is missing in the row? A 3, 4, 6, and an 8. Look here, 6, 4, 3, 8, blocking the square. Therefore, it's a 9. That was nice. Now we have a 9 here, and we remember the other one must be a 6. Now we have a 6 here or here. So 2, 5, 8 here. We got a 2 and a 5 across. We did find an 8, and it goes here, and therefore here or here. Now a 2 and a 5. Across here, we need to find a 4, 6, and a 3. Here we have some help from the 4 and a 3 here. They force a 6 to go here. Now we have a 6 here, finally, and a 1 here, finally, and a 1 here, finally, and here. Here we have a 1 and a 4. 4 blocks up, giving me a 1 here and a 4 here. Here now a 1 and therefore a 6 here. Therefore a 6 here and a 1 here. Yes, things are shaping up considerably. 3 and 8. 3 blocks down, 8 here, 3 here. Here now an 8. And here, of course, a 6. Here now a 2, blocking down, here's a 2. And here now is a 5, giving me a 5 here and a 7 here and a 7 here. This must be a 6. This was a fun puzzle today. I didn't find it particularly easy though. Maybe it's just me. And you probably did a lot better. Thank you for watching though, and bye for now.